Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dario and today's topic is the Cold War. So, let's get started. The Cold War was a long period of tension between the democracies of the Western world and the communist countries of the Eastern Europe. The West part was led by the United States, and the Eastern Europe was led by the Soviet Union. These two countries became known as superpowers, although the two superpowers never officially declared war on each other. They fought indirectly in proxy wars, the arms race, and the space race. Okay, so let me explain to you what I mean by a proxy war, the arms race, and the space race. The proxy wars were wars fought between other countries, but these countries get support either by the US or from the Soviet Union. Some examples of proxy wars include the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and the Soviet-Afghanistan War. The United States and the Soviet Union also tried to fight the Cold War by demonstrating their power and technology. So this is called the arms race and the space race, where each side tried to have the best weapons and the best nuclear bombs. Also, both countries tried to show that they have the best scientists and the best technology by accomplishing certain space missions. For example, a very famous mission, the Apollo 11, done by the US. So basically, the Cold War was fought between two countries, United States and the Soviet Union. United States is a capitalist country. Capitalism, created by Adam Smith, is a type of economic system where business is privately owned and run by the people. Also, another name for capitalism is a free market system. The free, in free market system, means that the market is free to work itself out without government intervention. Business can decide what products to make and how much to sell them for. People can decide what products to buy and how much they want to pay for it. And the Soviet Union is a socialist country. Socialism is an economic system invented by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels in 1848, where everyone in society equally owns the factors of production. The ownership is acquired through a democratically elected government. It could also be a cooperative or a public corporation where everyone owns shares. The four factors of production are labor, entrepreneurship, capital goods, and natural resources. For today's video, Viviana Gonzalez accompanies me. She's a friend of mine who is 18 years old and she really likes war history. So, hello Viviana, may I ask you a couple of questions?
Hi Dario, yes, you can ask me whatever you want.
Okay, then, to get into context, which countries were the world leaders during the Cold War?
Basically, the problem was between the capitalist country, that is the United States, and the socialist country, the Soviet Union. And there were other countries that were called the Allies, that include the Americas, Turkey, Israel, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, Pakistan, Malaysia, Philippines, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. This is part of the side of the United States. And from the Soviet Union side is Angola, Ethiopia, Cuba, Mongolia, North Korea, China, and Vietnam.
Alright, but isn't it true the United States and the Soviet Union were allies on the Second World War?
Yes, they were allies, but not anymore.
So, why did they become enemies afterwards?
Well, look, there are two main reasons why the Soviet Union turned against United States. The first one is Stalin wanted a compensation as the USSR had suffered the loss of 28 million soldiers. Stalin did not trust the West as they had fought against the communists in the Russian Civil War. The reason for the United States were the USA and Britain had fought 6 years within Germany and they did not want to see another dictator take control over Europe. Secondly, there was a fear that Stalin would treat the people of Eastern Europe badly because Britain was very angry about the way that Russia had treated Poland badly by setting up a pro-communist government in Poland.
Hey, and I know that the Cold War was right a competition between two countries, but were any places where the Cold War literally occurred?
Well, there was no exact place where there were battles, but there were that wars occurred because of the Cold War. For example, Congo crisis, Ugandan war, Angolan civil war, South Africa border war, and the most famous one that is the Vietnam War.
Wow, I didn't know that. Do you have an idea of how people feel on being on the Cold War?
Well, I did not live the Cold War, but I suppose that the people of these countries always feel anxious because you never know when a missile could get into your house or if someone is watching you via satellite. I think knowing that you are at war but that you don't know when it will happen creates a lot of tension.
And to conclude with the interview, what type of weapons did the two world powers have at their disposal?
They have guns, tanks, navies, airplanes, and nuclear weapons. Well, I hope my information is helpful for you. Bye, Dario.
Finally, I believe that this war was literally a competition between two countries. So whoever wins the competition was going to be able to implement his entire governmental system, and somehow he will be able to enjoy the satisfaction of presuming that they are the most advanced country in the world.